What the fuck is this?
My husband says he's uncomfortable sharing his finances with me. 33F, 35M.
This has been aching me since forever and I can't take it anymore.
My husband 35M and I 33F have been together for 4 years and married for 3 months.
He has always been very private and low profile all his life and even before he met me. When we first got together, he used to tell me everything about his finances, not in detail, but he used to share with me how much he has or how much in debt he is with his credit cards and all. During our engagement, he changed jobs and since then he stopped sharing anything with me. He knows how much I make and all the details about my finances, but when I ask him he acts as if I'm invading his privacy or smothering him. I once asked him how much he makes a month so that we can plan our budgeting and responsibilities together.
He refused to tell me the exact salary, told me an average of what he makes and I didn't insist to know back then.
Recently though, he told me he had a loan for us to get married. I asked him about it as a normal response to the conversation with the pure intention of helping him out.
He implied that it was a big number but also refused to tell me the amount.
I tried to tell him that our marriage shouldn't have secrets and I want our marriage to have transparency and shared responsibility.
Or at least that's how I see healthy marriage.
I asked him if he doesn't trust me, and he said it's not about trust, it's about what makes him comfortable and that I should respect his privacy. However, he also said there's only one person who knows about the loan and he's the only person he shared it with because it's his business partner.
I don't know how to feel about this. All I see is that he trusts his partner more than me. I can't even understand how sharing your finances with your spouse would be uncomfortable. Please tell me if I'm in the wrong here.
He keeps manipulating me that I'm a bitch who doesn't respect his privacy or what makes him comfortable, and that he could have kept the whole loan thing from me.
In other words, I should be thankful that he even decided to share with me that he took a loan. I don't even want to know about the loan anymore. He is very cautious when it comes to sharing any information with me. He says it's something in his nature, and I can't force him to change just because we got married. It's in his nature that he doesn't disclose any financial information with anyone. I keep telling him that would be the case if he was single, but now he's married and I have the right to have an honest and open marriage.
How should I react? What should I do to make him understand the importance of transparency in a healthy marriage?
He truly believes there's an ulterior motive behind my question and not just genuine care and worrisome.
You are underreacting.
This is so suspicious and shady. He's clearly hiding a lot of debt.
What are the marital laws in your state? Because I would think that now you are married, debts obtained during the marriage are both of yours.
This would be a deal breaker for me. I don't need to know what a partner's daily spending habits are, but I want to know their income and their debts.
Financial stability is important, and you have a right to know the most basic of his finances. Half his money and debt are now yours and he has a legal obligation to disclose it.
Please freeze your credit. You can do a credit check on him. Something is shady. I hope he doesn't have another life on the side. I'd look into that.
Easy. Tell him you feel uncomfortable sharing your body with a man who keeps secrets.
Respect his boundaries, and he should respect yours. Fiancé, 26F, is mad I, 29 male, didn't pay off her car loan. How can I make her understand the reason?
I, 29 male, recently had a lucky break and won $7,000 from a sports bet. I was pretty excited and already had some plans for how I wanted to use that money. My fiancé, 26F, found out about the win and got upset because I didn't use it to pay off her car finance since she has felt the hit on her monthly budget. She still has about a year left to pay it off, and I figured she could handle it, especially since I have other things I want to do with the money.
Now she's really mad at me, and it's causing tension between us. I get where she's coming from, but at the same time, I feel like I should be able to decide how to use my winnings.
Am I in the wrong here? How should I handle this situation? Any advice on how to smooth things over?
TL. DRI won some money and wanted to spend it my way. Fiancé was mad I didn't pay out her car loan.
Before y'all get married, you really need to discuss finances.
Fake. You stole this story from a few weeks ago. She found out about it? Did you not share the news with her? Dying to hear what are the other things you wanted to spend it on. Oh look, another sports bet story, not at hidden marketing for sports betting.
You're leaving out WAAAAAAAYYYYYY too much context, which makes me feel like you want to use it on something dumb. My sister 31F thinks I'm 27F trying to ruin her marriage after the way my brother-in-law comforted me?
2 weeks ago my sister and I were at our parents' house celebrating their anniversary.
My now ex-husband called to blame me once again for miscarrying, which is something I thought wouldn't upset me by now, but he took it too far.
He kept saying it was my fault the baby didn't make it because we fought a lot, and that he's sure I'm glad it happened because it made it easier for me to leave him. My brother-in-law came into the kitchen and noticed I was upset. When I told him about the call, he tried to comfort me. He rubbed my arms up and down and said things like, "Don't let him get to you."
My sister came in while this was happening but said nothing and told him they were leaving. It's something my brother-in-law has done for other family members when they're upset, so I didn't think much of it. Seemed normal to me because he's like an older brother and thought getting divorced won't change a thing.
She called me the next day and immediately started accusing me. She asked if this is why my marriage was ending and didn't let me say a word. She kept talking about things I never even thought of. It's been 2 weeks since that call, and now everyone I talk to in the family still asks about what happened. The version she told them is completely different from what really happened. She made it seem like I'm trying to ruin her marriage out of jealousy and that my divorce is somehow related to my bill. I'm really struggling with this and feel terrible now. I don't know whether to focus on the divorce process or deal with the miscarriage blame from my ex or handle the family drama. She stopped by just a few days after the call to ask me to block my brother-in-law on everything, and I did. I feel overwhelmed by everything going on in my life right now, and I'm considering distancing myself from my sister and anyone who brings this up again. But I don't want to let my ex think that I've lost everyone after the divorce, because he never missed a chance to tell me how I would end up completely lonely if I ever left him. I just want to know if I'm in the wrong here. Was the way my brother-in-law tried to calm me down inappropriate, or was it out of line for me to allow it? Should I apologize to my sister again? I just want her to stop saying things about me. If it was inappropriate according to your sister, then why is the blame focused on you? Really strange. I would find it comforting as an older brother. It did not seem sexual. Your sister and family are very dysfunctional and explains why you were with such a pos husband. I am so sorry you are having to deal with all of this, and yes, distancing yourself will be healthy. Just get through the divorce and don't take anything he says personally. First, don't talk to your ex. You don't have to listen to him say terrible things to you. Don't answer the phone, or hang up on him. Second, your sister is being a weird, vicious asshole. Is that normal behavior for her? Have you talked to your parents about it? If your sister wants to be a terrible person, you can't stop her. You can cut her out of your life and focus on people who love and support you instead of whatever sick bullshit she's pulling. Don't be afraid to tell people the truth. You didn't do anything wrong. Nothing to apologize for. Nothing. Your sister has issues and you have zero control over her. Concentrate on you. You do not have to deal with whatever your ex thinks. Please stop talking to him except through a lawyer. He wants you miserable. Block him. Your sister is the worst. She should be there comforting you, not this. Time go cut her of go no contact and heal. You have been through a lot. Losing a baby is very hard. I am sorry for you loss. Give yourself time to grieve. Block her for a while. Inta. Sounds like your sister is jealous of you for some reason. Stay strong and block that asshole so he can't call and upset you anymore. How do I, 27M, tell my girlfriend, 21F, I need to take a paternity test? Hello. I met my dream woman, physically and spiritually. It's been going along like a romantic novel. We were out Sunday and I got a text message. Long story short. A girl from last year texted me saying I need to come take a paternity test, and it's between me and another man on who is the father. Saturday I will be flying down to take the paternity test, so I do not know the results. I feel like a bomb has been dropped, and if I'm to be honest, I think she will leave me once I tell her. It's only fair to our relationship that I tell her and let her decide from there. Do I tell her now or do I tell her after I know what the results are? Tell her now. We all have a past and yours just caught up. If she is all that and more, then she should still be supportive, if disappointed. Need more context on the relationship. Are you casually dating or are you in a committed relationship making future plans together? Casually dating. Let her know you some personal stuff going on and you'll fill her in on more when you can.
Then let her know if the result is positive.
If it's negative, let her know after the situation cleared up in your favor and you're happy to move on. Committed relationship, tell her ASAP. This is not something you keep from a partner. Foo. You need to tell her now. There's no way you're going to be able to keep a poker face. It's the decent thing to do anyway.
If it's new, and it's not yours, not telling her is not great but okay. But if it's new and it's yours, and you get back and tell her you were told and didn't tell her, traveled for a paternity test and didn't tell her, building trust going forward will be hard.
Not impossible, but hard. She's way too young for you anyway.
Maybe I'm in the minority here, but I don't think you necessarily have to tell her unless it's confirmed you're the father.
If you take the test and it's negative, nothing has changed within your relationship.
You'd just be telling her that you've had sex with women before y'all met, which I assume she knows.
It's only if you find out you have a child with another woman that it would affect her and your relationship.